With that said, Spider-Man 2.
Dude, let's go. What
They
are you thinking?
released the I'm pretty excited about it, man. Pretty excited about it. They released it during the gameplay during the PlayStation showcase.
Yup.
And yeah, man, like you said, mind blown.
Yup.
I'm very excited. And yeah, let's jump into the trailer. The trailer isn't the gameplay. We'll leave that link down below. It's 12 minutes of gameplay. Definitely check it out. It's really cool. We'll talk about it as well, but
Yeah, we'll talk about the
cool.
gameplay. It is an extensive gameplay. They decided to close the showcase with this, so there's honestly a lot of good gameplay and a lot of good footage of the game. So yeah, if you want to check out the whole thing, we'll leave it linked. But for right now, we'll just check out the trailer.
Yeah. All right, so it's off here.
All right, so walking in the woods right now for you guys just listening, walking in the woods. See, like I was honestly at this point, I wasn't really sure what I was watching. You know what I mean?
That's how I felt too. I was like, why? What is this game like? Why are they not showing the good stuff that like I was excited about?
Right. Yeah, because this like it's not giving vibes of Spider-Man. Like
No.
nothing about this says Spider-Man. I'm like, are we seeing like some weird like? Is this going to be like a Tomb Raider? And then right there. Yeah, right there.
Kraven.
I was like, yup. Right there. I was like, oh no, this is Spider-Man. Okay.
Yeah.
But
I was just confused because of the setting. That's where I was really lost. Like,
right?
Obviously, this is not New York.
Yeah, like you just anything Spider-Man, you just assume, let's see New York City, right? So and then you see this, but as soon as you saw Kraven, I was like, okay, here we go.
Yep.
So basically, what he's doing right now is like getting into his hunter vibe, and from what we've seen in the trailer and the gameplay, they're kind of deciding like they want to go on this massive hunt, and there's only one place to go to do it, and that is New York City. And they're not only going to be taking on Spidey, but a bunch of the villains in the game as well.
Yeah, Lizard, Black Cat, Prowler. Yeah. So this game should be full of different villains and different, like, it's going to be super cool.
Cool. It should be jam-packed.
Right.
Because I did think that this was a weird choice to go with Kraven as the villain. But now
and I have a couple
things
to say about that as well, too.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, it does make sense now. And honestly, dude, I'm just like, I'm super juiced.
And I honestly, I thought they were going to end it here and not show any gameplay. And when they showed the gameplay during the showcase, I was like, yes.
Yes.
I was like,
yes.
More, please. So
and the trailer, guys, if you guys are just listening on the Spotify or whatever, the trailer ends with the black symbiote kind of crawling in on the Spider-Man 2 logo. That's the ending of the trailer. And that honestly is what got me so hyped up. So I know you're super excited about it. I'll let you talk about it, and I'll just kind of watch the magic happen, and then I'll chime in. But let me know what's going on.
Based off the gameplay, you're gonna be able to play as Miles or Peter Parker in the game. So I think that's really cool. However, it's gonna be kind of like an instant switch, kind of how like GTA was, when you can switch in between characters. Like I'm guessing it's gonna be the D-pad on the controller. And in the gameplay, Peter Parker is in the symbiotic suit.
In the gameplay, yes.
In the gameplay. So my question is, what are they? So they you can already see there's tension between Miles and Peter from the beginning. Is it going to turn into like a battle between the two, where Miles is trying to get Peter out of the suit?
Okay, so I have so many questions. And number one, let's just backtrack just a little bit. So you said, we are going to be able to play as Peter and Miles.
Yep.
Is it confirmed that it's going to be like GTA?
Yeah, it's going to be like a transitional thing where you can switch between the characters.
Okay, but is it going to be like GTA switch, or is it going to be more of like Gotham Knights? Because that's very important.
Oh, like where you have to pick the character and then you can go do stuff? No, I think it's an instant transition in the game. Like the gameplay kind of alluded to that too, where it's like you're playing as Peter Parker at one part of the mission, and then you're switching over to Miles. So I think that's what it's going to be like. Rather, Gotham Knights, the way they set it up was annoying. Where you have to go back into the layer and like, I'm going to be Robin Hood now, or
Right.
Robin Hood.
Yeah,
So
no, but
it's
like,
not gonna be like that. So that's one thing that I think is a good part of the way they're doing the instant switching rather than loading in a character, loading
yeah.
out.
I mean, that's amazing to me. So like
Yeah.
like what I really wanted is for this to be storyline switch driven, not
Yep.
just like, yeah, so this is great. This is the one question that I had and I was super nervous about because I, like you, dude, I was super juiced on Gotham Knights and I got it and I hated it. I just hated
Yep.
everything about it. And like when they were talking about, oh, we're doing character swaps, I'm like, I just having flashbacks of like just switching between like
Yeah.
Nightwing in Gotham. I'm like, no, we can't be doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the storyline, I don't know. Do you really like? It makes sense. It makes plausible sense that Miles would try to get Peter out of the suit.
Right. Because like I said, in the gameplay of that mission, you can see that like Miles has started questions like, why is Peter acting all crazy in this new suit?
Yeah,
And I think I wonder if it's gonna be like maybe like a final boss battle. Like Miles is going against Peter Parker. That's kind of where I think they could go with it. I don't know if that's gonna be all true. But that's kind of where I think where it could go.
let me call it right now. I'm gonna try to. This is so far out there, but let
Yeah.
me call it right now. What if the objective is Miles needs to get Peter Parker out of the symbiote suit? He gets him out of the symbiote suit, but the suit then latches on to Kraven.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. It'd be definitely a new spin on kind of like the tale of Venom.
Yeah. I
That'd
think
be
that
kind of
could be
cool.
kind of cool.
Or is it gonna be kind of a situation where like Kraven, Miles, and like they're all fighting each other, and then Kraven ends up capturing it, and then that's when it gets out and then creates a Venom. Maybe I don't know. I think that's a really good thought and could be a cool kind of spin on the story.
Yeah. I mean,
I think so.
either way, I think it's going to be cool because you're not only going to have Craven, but like we said, this is like his quote unquote hunter mission. Like he is going to be, he's going to be out and about looking for anything. And we saw in the gameplay, like Lizard was there, like
Yeah, he's chasing the lizard for his first prey and whatnot. So
yeah. So we're like all of the classic villains that you want to see, I feel like are going to be in this game. And I'm super excited for that.
right. And I
Yeah.
will say, I was kind of hoping when they said they're putting together Miles and Peter in the same game, I was hoping that it was going to be like a multiplayer thing. It is
Yeah.
confirmed that is not the case. So you won't be able to play multiplayer between Spider-Man or like Miles and Peter Parker. It's a solo game, which at the same time like gets you engulfed in the story. And like I like the quick swap. So
I hate to throw out my introvertedness, but
yeah,
I kind of just love me like a nice single player experience. So like
right,
I'm
right,
okay with that, to be honest.
yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
I'm excited for the symbiote suit too. If you guys check out the gameplay, the animations of the symbiote suit look badass, and so like the
Right,
research that I've done on it is like the symbiote suit does actually affect the gameplay. So when Peter is rocking the symbiote suit, he's going to be more aggressive. He's going to be more powerful. He's going to have new combat animations. Like, it's not going to feel like you're just Spider-Man in a black suit. Like, there's going to be differences in
right.
the gameplay, which I'm super excited for.
So I was thinking about that. So since they're doing that, how are they going to have like the cosmetic things? You know what I mean? Like, or is
Y-
it like you're
like
in the
collecting the
symbiote
suits
suit, but
and
you can pick
stuff.
whatever you want? What's that?
Like collecting the suits and stuff, like in the
Yeah,
older games. I
yeah,
don't
like or
know.
because you could switch in between the suits that you wanted throughout the game. Like, how are you going to be able to do that when like part of the story is like I said, it seems like Miles is like questioning him in the symbiotic suit. Maybe it's going to be a post game. That's when you can start switching. I hope not, because I liked in the first one and in Miles, you got to switch between the suits as you please, like throughout the game.
Yeah.
So
I mean, maybe it's not so much that you have the ability to kind of switch back and forth between the symbiote suit and the regular suit. Maybe you just get to like a certain point in the game, and the symbiote suit attaches to you, and then you get
right,
to a further along in the game, and the symbiote suit is gone, and then you can go back
right,
to like switching to your normal stuff. That
right.
would make the
Maybe
most sense. I think they're probably gonna do it that way.
Yeah,
So it's
that's what
like,
I'd imagine. I was just
eh,
like, I was kind of stink though of like this. I love that where you can be like, I want to be animated Spider-Man and like
yeah,
playing animated Spider-Man in the game, but that makes sense, I suppose.
yeah, those are
But
sick. So like I would say I would probably say that after you reach a certain point or once you complete the main story mission, you probably have the ability to kind of, flip flop to any suit that you want.
right. So do you
Yeah.
okay? Or so how do you think he got his symbiotic suit? Do you think it was already a battle with Venom and then it latched onto him, or it's like a meteor that came out of space? Are they gonna? You think they're gonna show it within the story?
I hope they show it within the story, but I don't know. I don't. So here's the thing. I don't know how they're going to introduce this into the story. Like, are they going to go the Eddie Brock method, or how are they going to get this symbiote
Right.
suit into it? For the fan base, I would say the Eddie Brock method would make the most sense. But that's
Right.
such a long storyline that I feel like that could encompass its own game. So it's
Right.
like I don't know. Do they do the Eddie Brock that like everybody wants to see, and they just kind of like brush over it very quickly, like it
Right.
happens like maybe in the very beginning of the movie, or are they going to go something weird with like, oh, Kraven brought it over on the boat,
Right.
or like something like that, or like Kraven introduces it somehow. I don't know. I mean, as a diehard comic book fan, I hope they stick with the Eddie Brock story, but
Right.
like I said, I just don't think they're going to have enough time to do it justice. That could be its own game.
Right. And I also am really excited that they're adding more boroughs to the game. Like they're gonna
Yeah.
have Queens, definitely Queens. I don't. I hope they have Brooklyn. Well, they might have Brooklyn because that's where Miles is from.
Yeah, I mean they should, and
So
they've already confirmed East River. So I mean we're gonna get a much bigger version of New York City than we're kind of used to. And
yeah,
the best thing about that is they said that they have done upgrades on like the traversal.
yeah,
So yeah, that's one of the new things. You have faster traversal speed, and you have the glider suit, and there's gonna be like wind tunnels and stuff that are gonna help you get around the city much faster. Which
which would
I
be cool.
yeah, because like the traversal system is such a good it's such a big part of Spider-Man, like something about
Yeah,
just like hitting that web shooter and swinging through the buildings. But after
sometimes you
20
need some speed.
yeah, after 20-25 hours of gameplay, you're
Yeah,
like, all right, I'm kind of done with the swinging thing, like I just want to get there. So yeah.
yeah,
uh,
but at the same time they have fast travel. But I don't know if you're like this, but I don't like using fast travel in the game.
I don't love using fast travel,
Yeah,
and that is very interesting to me because I feel like you would very much be a fast travel guy
when I'm like trying to like when I think of like the traveling as a part of the story. Does that
as a
make
part of the
sense? Like
experience.
yeah, but
Yeah.
when I beat the game, that's when I'll start using fast travel. But until the story's completed, I don't like to use fast travel.
Do you know why I don't want to use fast travel?
Why?
Because I don't want to miss any of the side
The
quests.
side quests. See, again, I did the side quests after the main story.
I know, that's why I thought you'd be such a pro
No,
fast travel guy.
no. When
Yeah.
I'm trying to like speed run, or if I've already played, I'm not actually a good speed runner. So don't like. I'm not a speed running gamer. I just when I want to play like a story fast and just get it done, then I'll fast travel. But like for like Miles Morales and Spider Man, I swung everywhere. Like I never like
You
go in there
swung it.
fast travel.
You swung everywhere, and you crushed that game in a day.
I did. Yeah, I love
That's
that game.
impressive.
The
That
Miles once it came out on. Oh no, I got it on the PS4. Okay, yeah, I got it on the PS4 and I was super excited. So I played it all in one sitting.
Yeah. But honestly, guys, this game looks so like super sweet. I don't know why, for whatever reason, I wasn't super excited about the Miles Morales drop. And I ended up playing it, and I did really like it. This one I'm juiced on. This one I'm
I
super excited for.
I honestly thought the gameplay was better in Miles than the original. Like the mechanics of the game, like some of the powers that he had, I thought was cooler than what like Peter Parker had in the first, like in Spider-Man 1.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan of that combat system. It's the same
This
kind of
is
combat system that was introduced into Arkham, just with some variations, obviously based on the moves. So I'm a big fan of that combat system. The thing that I don't like is like when it gets too crazy. Does that make sense?
Like, what do you mean? Like, where they had like the powers and stuff, or?
So so that combat system, I feel like that combat system is very much built to be a little bit more slow paced for you to like accurately time out like different combinations and different type of move sets and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
like it might just be me, but when there's like too much happening, it's very hard for me to like keep that flow going, and then I just get into this button mashing like just rampage,
Yeah.
and that gets like a little hectic for me. I don't like that.
I can see that, but at the same time, like, I like the chaos, and then I like trying to get where the combo meter where you can just see it growing up and up and up and up and up. I try to
Yeah,
like get that as high as I possibly can. So I can see that on both accounts though, where it doesn't take as much strategy, and like you said, you're just smashing on your buttons. You're like, oh,
yeah.
I can. It's not hard because I'm just so.
I
It's
just
like
go.
playing Mortal Kombat for the first time. You're like, I don't
Yeah, I know. You just go
yeah.
like full panic mode, and you're like,
Yeah.
I know I should be doing like this dance of a combination right now, but I'm just gonna go like this because I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
but
what I am excited about is they are going to introduce more stealth stuff. Kind of again, this kind of reminds me of like the Arkham, where you're like, you know, Batman would be like up in the rafters, and you know jump down, and you know they always kind of had that, but there should be more stealth. I always felt like Batman had more stealth than Spider-Man, and now I feel like they've kind of leveled that playing field. So like they're introducing like the web line and stuff like that, where the game for people like me, I think they did this is for like the spots that it does get a little too crazy, and you just kind of enter panic mode. If you're a panic mode player like me, they did introduce some new stealth stuff, so you can take some guys out in the shadows before it gets too crazy. So I'm excited for that.
I'm all about the like running guns, get in there quick, beat everybody up as
I
loud as
know
I
you are.
possibly can.
I know
Like,
you are.
unless it's like a sniping game, then I like to be as slow and stealthy as possible. Like
Yeah.
that's the only type of game where I'm slow. If it's a sniper, I like to play it really slow, pick people off. But when it comes to like these kind of games, I'm just going in there, man. I just go in there, just bam, 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 bam,
Bam, bam, bam, bam.
So,
That's it. I like to be stealthy. I like to try to, I try to knock out 2 or 3 guys before I get caught, and then, then let the madness ensue.
but
Yeah,
so
man.
you like Kraven as an antagonist, right?
No, actually, I don't.
Oh, you don't. You don't.
No,
Who would you rather see? What? Sorry, say it again.
Remember, I was like, honestly, this seems like a weird choice to me for a
Yeah, but then you
protagonist.
said I kind of see it a little bit.
I can kind of see it a little bit, but also, I mean, it's because of the support, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like if this was just a Kraven story without the support from the other villains, it wouldn't work. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I remember reading in the comic books, it's like, dude, you like Kraven's like an OG, but you would you would read an episode and you'd be like, Kraven. You know,
He's forgettable.
Yeah, he's just like a forgettable kind of like, he doesn't really have any like powers or anything. He's just kind of like a very good hunter, and you're just like, like I would be disappointed when the issue would come out and it was a Kraven issue. I'd just be like,
right.
Yeah. So
All right. With that said, top villains that you'd like to see in a video game of this
top
nature.
villains. Top
So
villains.